Hello. Hi, this is Stephanie from Our Natural Wisdom, and I'm so happy to be back here doing weekly Instagram lives all about soulful gardening wisdom. And this week we are going to be focusing on self-trust and closed flowers. And here I am with bees around me out in our front garden. Hi, thanks for joining. And I wanted to share some wisdom with you, some practical wisdom, some mystical wisdom, and a simple mindfulness practice that you can start doing right away that cultivates your self-trust through nature. And today I wanted to introduce you to a wonderful plant, a native plant here in the United States. This is the closed gentian, also called the bottle gentian. Its scientific name is Gentiana andrewsi. And this is a beautiful late summer, early fall bloomer. It is a fascinating flower because it remains closed. It does not open up. So it has these wonderful big buds, but that is what it does. It stays like that. And I'm going to tell you some pretty cool things about it too. But first of all, I just wanted to give you some of the details about it in case you're interested in bringing it into your native garden. As I said, the bottle gentian it's native to the United States and also parts of Canada. In the United States, it's native to the Dakotas and then all the way east to the East Coast, more in the northern half of the country. And this is a plant that is found naturally in prairies. And it is what I find kind of interesting about it is that, and I find this with a lot of native plants, the experts, right? They say that there are particular growing conditions that it needs, that it likes moist conditions, that it likes rich soil, neither of which is where mine is planted. Mine is planted in a kind of dry spot that gets a lot of sun. It also tends to prefer part shade, but our bottle gentian is thriving, doing well. I think that it would be standing up a bit more tall and maybe be a little bit more showy if it was in those moist and more shady conditions, but we love ours. It has such a gorgeous, like an iridescent blue purple. It's kind of hard to capture on camera, so it may not be coming across super well, but it is so beautiful. And one of the things, and the bloom time is late. It's a nice color to have late in the season, late summer, early fall. Ours just began blooming meaning the closed flowers are completely formed at this point. And it will continue blooming into October for us. So it's a really nice late season plant to have. And it is super important for pollinators, of course. We love our pollinators. We want to plant as many plants as we can to help them out and to restore the plants that they depend upon for their ability to thrive, especially our native pollinators. We have a lot of honeybees, European honeybees, checking them out. We have other pollinators, but the only pollinator that is strong enough to open up this flower is the native bumblebee. And how cool is that? That they need to be a big, beefy, strong pollinator to get into these flowers. It just shows you how amazing it is, how nature evolves, how plants and pollinators have evolved together. It also, affirms the importance of providing our native plants for our native pollinators. Now, I can't imagine that a bumblebee is going to come by with me hovering over them today, but I just wanted you to know that the way that they get in is they kind of straddle the top of the tip of the flower. They pry it open with their legs, and then they stick their nose down in and they dive down into the flower. Now, isn't it just miraculous that they figured out how to do this? First of all, they had that self-trust, right? They knew that there was something good inside that they were intuitively drawn to explore, to really delve into, literally. And when they get in there, it is so darn cute, you guys. Their little butts are sticking out. Sometimes they get all the way inside the flower, and the flower will just close up behind them. And they rummage around in there, getting all of the good stuff that's inside. And then they have to back themselves out. So when they come out, it's really cute because their little butts come out first, and they're often covered with pollen. And then they go on to the next flower and the next flower. And this is just such a wonderful thing to witness, because it really shows this relationship that pollinators and plants form together. And as I was observing these plants, our beautiful flowers, the gentian, and the native bumblebees that pollinate these lovely flowers in our garden, the concept, the issue of self-trust really kept coming up for me. And so I slowed down and I allowed myself to listen to what the message was. And this is at the heart of mystical mindfulness with nature, is allowing yourself to slow down and observe what is happening in nature around you, whether it's in your garden or whether it's in nature, and to open your heart to the wisdom, to the messages that are being made available to you. And there are so many to receive. And it's a unique thing for each of us. So just what I have experienced and what I have heard may not be what you hear. And that is perfectly fine and expected. And from that perspective, from the mystical mindfulness perspective, I was really hearing that the bees, the bumblebees in particular, and the bottle gentian, the closed gentian flowers, were assuring us that when we follow, when we listen to our intuition, when we listen to the call for heart-led action, even if it means exploring opportunities that appear to be closed to you, the door may be closed. It may seem like it is inaccessible, but when you listen to your heart and when you listen to your intuition, it is bringing you to those opportunities that you are uniquely suited to open for yourself, just like the bumblebee is uniquely suited to open the beautiful bottle gentian. And the bee, imagine when they're young bees and they're first learning how to open these flowers. They may approach it and see all of these other pollinators working around them and thinking, well, nobody else is getting in. How am I going to get in? But they do. They figure it out. And you do too. You do too when you follow your heart and take intuitive action. It doesn't mean that it's going to be effortless. It doesn't mean that it isn't going to require trying again and again until you figure it out, until you figure out exactly how to open that closed flower for yourself. And once you figure it out, of course, the beauty is that you have access to all of the delicious goodness that is inside waiting for you. If you didn't try, if you didn't follow your heart to take that intuitively led action, you would never know. You would never be able to enjoy all of the goodness that's inside for you. And sorry, I'm just looking at a message quick. And the best part about this is that once you cultivate your self-trust, once you start taking this action again and again, you are strengthening your self-trust. You're strengthening your connection with your intuition, with your heart-led guidance. And this, as we see with the bottle gentian, it creates more opportunities. It's like you are pollinating those closed flowers that are available just for you, that you are perfectly suited to get into and experience all of the goodness that's inside. And as with pollination, this creates more seeds and more opportunities for the future. So think of following your self-trust as creating more opportunity, of cultivating those connections, those opportunities for you to open even more doors, even those doors that may appear closed, like the closed flowers. So the way that I encourage you to practice this for yourself is very simple. It is to observe your garden, observe something within your garden or something within nature that is especially calling to your heart. When you see something that really intrigues you, allow yourself to settle into your heart and open yourself up to the message that is there for you. Your heart will guide you, your intuition will guide you, your soul is guiding you. Your intuition is your soul's language. And when you allow for this to come forward, beautiful things happen. I know it's easy to get in the garden or get in nature, especially if you have a deep love for nature and know a lot about nature, and get into that like scientific observer mode, or the mode of, you know, wondering what is that particular bug, or what is wrong with this particular plant, what kind of, you know, an insect is gobbling it up, or, you know, to really go into your science mind, your logic mind. But I encourage you to create space for yourself in those moments to simply be, and to focus on your breathing, and to focus on literally opening up your heart center. Open up your heart center to allow for those messages to come. It only requires a few moments, literally, of your time, or as long as you are interested in taking. And that is simple, mystical mindfulness that will help you ease your anxiety because it soothes your nervous system in the moment. The more times you do this for yourself, the more easily you'll be able to access this space of calm stillness, and the more easily you'll be able to hear your beautiful intuition, the language of your soul. I hope that you enjoyed today's Soulful Gardening wisdom, and if you are interested in hearing more, I welcome you with so much love to click on the link in bio and join the wait list for my course, Soulful Gardening with Nature. It is a 30-day online course that will take place. It'll start in the end of October, so now is the time to join the wait list. It's your opportunity to get all of the essentials for creating your own beautiful native garden that heals you and heals Mother Earth. All you have to do is click the link in bio or follow the link in the notes in the caption, and you'll get right to information about my course, Soulful Gardening with Nature. It is going to be a beautiful experience for you to learn all about native gardening and how to ease your anxiety and enhance your intuition with Mother Earth. I hope to see you there. Thanks for joining. I look forward to seeing you next Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Central for another episode of Soulful Gardening. Thank you. Bye-bye.